ازيكم يا شباب، اخباركم ايه؟ يا رب يكون راجعنا كويس اللي احنا عايزينه. نبدأ نبص كده مع بعض على الهوم ورك هنعمل فيه. دلوقتي انا هعمل لك موديل انسر ليونت 1 و 2، فعايزك تبقى مركز في كل حاجة هنختارها. سمي معايا كده وقلمك معاك عشان لو في عندك جملة عايز تسأل عليها نسأل عليها في الحصة. This math problem is Mona. Can you help her understand it please؟ بوصف غير عاقل فطبيعي هختار صفة فيها ing. تمام. confusing. You should never on doing something that may harm you. طبعا عارفين insist on مصر على. What kind of does he have? He's blind. What kind of disability? ايه نوع الإعاقة اللي عنده؟ She has a that men are more evil than women. اتفقنا مع بعض a belief اعتقاد. If you want to paint this flat in special colors, the cost will be LE 20,000. برافو. average cost السعر في المتوسط يبقى حوالي. Answering the telephone is part of a job in a company. Secretarial job أحد أعمال السكرتارية. مثلا طب ما احنا ممكن نقول secretary. حبيبي ما لو عايز أقول a secretary لازم أحط apostrophe s. a secretary's job. Heavy rain caused on the road to Cairo. Many car accident took place. أكيد many caused confusion. تسببت في كثير من الفوضى وليس الووتر فول سقوط الأمطار. I am reading a book and I'm finding it most enjoyable. Poetry book كتاب شعر. I'm not on this dress. I can buy any of those others. Insistent on مصر على. He is a good job and earns a lot of money from it. He is doing do a good job يؤدي عمل. No one can think clearly if he or she إيه بقى؟ No one can think clearly if he or she gets confused. تمام. get confused يضطرب. although Nawal has a she is very good at sports. although يعني في تناقض يبقى اختار disability. Ali had a terrible accident. I warned him not to go by car but he insisted. مصمم. work hard but Pam also a in luck. believe in luck ولا believer in luck. work hard but I am also a believer in luck. لكن I have a belief in luck. work hard but I am نصلح دي. I am. He is going to a speech. I'll stay and hear it. He is going to make a speech. وتنفع give a speech يلقي خطاب. هو arrangement for your birthday party my friends. تاني الجملة هو arrangements for your birthday party. اتفقنا make arrangements. We a class survey on who should be the ideal teacher in our school. We did do a survey, conduct a survey. ما ننساش. As far as she is concerned. expression مع بعض. As far as I am concerned يبقى as far as she is concerned. جمل مهمة مش عايز سرحان. Hockey, the famous writer, was strong in the power of education. Strong believer جملة عدت علينا كتير. Ali's cousin is and can't walk very well. Is disabled. When father was at school, he won first prize in a writing competition. Poetry writing competition. وخلي بالك في هنا poetry هنا pottery. pottery اللي هو فن عمل الأعمال اليدوية بالفخار. All I have bought from the book fair is a book fair معرض كتاب of short stories by Yahya Haqi collection. You can send your friend a short story as an email attachment. Someone who wants to become a lawyer has to study at university, study law, not study laws. Uh, the sun is at its strongest at midday. ناقصة the sun ناقصة T. Having some sleep after lunch is part of my father's routine. In Egypt, a bride wears a white dress to her wedding because it is a custom. فدي عادة. As a person or company that produces books, magazines, or newspaper. A publisher. دار نشر. ناشر. Yahya Haqqi, the famous writer, came from a poor district of Cairo. From a district of مش اسمها district in. As a writer, Yahya Haqqi was famous for writing literature ولا fiction. مم. أكيد كان بيكتب الأدب، أحد الأنواع الأدبية، لأنه كان بيترجم وبيكتب قصص. I love reading stories, but the of writing I like most of Haqq's. Very easy and simple. Style of writing I like. I really like reading Agatha Christie's novels. I particularly like her style. Abu Haif's great achievement as a swimmer, him as a national hero in Egypt, established him. What's wrong with the blouse? Ola. It is, mom, but I don't like the color. It is fashionable. هي على الموضة بس أنا مش حابة اللون بتاعها. هتدينا حق إن هي old fashion ده غلط. I like this suit even though it looks old fashion. وأنا حاببها بقى رغم إن شكلها يبدو إن هي موضة قديمة. Being an important writer, Haki was an expert on Arab culture مننساش expert on culture as well as طبعا بيجراduated بالإضافة إلى Sir Magdi Ya'qub was one of the first heart transplant pioneers أحد رواد مجال زراعة القلب. Haki was writing stories the same time as he was working as a diplomat. At the same time تمام. Nora's getting the gold medal. حصول نورا على الميدالية الذهبية. In the Olympics here as one of the best swimmer in the world. أكيد من غير ما نشوف established her. Haki, the father of modern short story in Egypt, started his as a diplomat working career. حياته المهنية. Early black and white photos show people in clothes, old fashioned. Big cities like Cairo, Paris, and London are divided into districts. Car seat belts must be worn by law. Mr. by driver. حبيبي by the driver. When a new book it becomes available for people to buy. Is published. I have a photo of my new car to the email I sent to Ahmed yesterday attached. I don't really have a during the holidays routine. When I started writing, I could usually finish a story in 3 days خلال 3 أيام. I don't like modern songs, the modern, says my grandfather. I am old fashioned. I really enjoyed this book. It's written in a very simple style. Written in a very simple style. In our village, there are traditional that all of the people here follow. أكيد customs عادات اجتماعية. طيب الفوكاب واحنا عارفين ان هي مركزة أكتر على حفظ الكلمات. تشغيل العقل فيها بيعتمد على إن أنا أكون حافظ أصلا الفروق ما بين الكلمات. الجرامر عندنا رول ثابتة. ركز في زمن الجملة. حدد الإشارة اللي تشتغل عليها. ابدأ اختار. وتأكد جملتك active ولا passive. Is it true that she a prize for one of her novels in 2015? one عشان أنا بتكلم على سنة محددة في الماضي in زائد سنة. عندي إشارة واضحة in زائد سنة past simple. many books before she did this research. قاعدة before واضحة خالص يبقى she had read him after she read this email. خلي بالك بقى هنا جه بعد after حطلي past simple آه وقبلها في كل الأحوال برضه past simple يبقى هقول did she write مش had she written. قاعدة after ممكن يجي وراها past simple مكان ال past perfect ما ننساش. Their house was robbed while they were asleep. الجملة past مفيش حاجة اسمها were being. were being بتظهر في الباسيف فورم يجي وراها تصريف تالت فقط. When I opened Sarah's English book I found حدثين في نفس اللحظة لازم اتنين past simple. I found 50,000 or 50 pounds between the pages. By the time Nada arrived there was nothing for her to eat. We had. He always breakfast at home before he went to school. طيب نركز بقى الله يبارك لكم. أنا كده بتكلم عن عادة كانت موجودة زمان وزي ما اتفقنا. أيوه هنقول بقى إيه he always أيوه بتيجي مع ال present simple أو ال past simple. he always ate كان متعود دايما يفطر قبل ما يروح المدرسة. مستر طب أنا أقول had eaten حبيبي ما always ما تجيش مع ال past perfect تيجي مع ال past simple وطبعا مع before. ينفع أشيل past perfect وأحط past simple مع before و after و as soon as و when. جزء من الجملتين يبقوا past simple past simple. I telephoned the police after the accident. تعالى كده نبص. after I had seen. no sooner بدأت بيها بعكس ترتيب ما يليها بحط had الأول. I didn't answer the phone because I was praying كنت بصلي. Father was so tired that he fell asleep while مفيش فاعل يبقى watching. It just stopped raining when I started to walk to school. just من كلمات ال present perfect وال past perfect. طب الجملة بتاعتي في زمن ايه started بتقول لي ماضي يبقى أنا أخليها had عشان الجملة past. كلمات ال present perfect تيجي مع ال past perfect عادي لو الجملة past. after the door painted it locked new. أكيد الباب ما دهنش نفسه يعني الجملة بس was painted. We were not hungry because we جملة past يبقى are eating غلط have already eaten غلط were eating ما تنفعش had already eaten. تمام. It was dark when we reached the beach. كانت الدنيا ضلمة وصلنا البلاج كان الشمس كانت اختفت من قبلها. had gone. After Mona had played the piano she helped. جملة كلاسيك قاعدة after. He the film before he read the book. read هنا past مفيش اس يبقى he had already seen أو he had seen مفيش had already. Thieves broke into their flat last week. Lots of valuables and money. valuables جمع and money والجملة ماضي يبقى were stolen. متنفعش was طبعا. I the shopping when my money was stolen. حدث خطأ حدث يبقى I was doing. He from prison 3 days ago. The police are now looking for him. ago بس simple صريح escaped. Young Omar didn't cross the road until he had looked. Once my father the weekends in the countryside but he no longer goes. no longer يعني اداني احساس ان هي past simple عادة used to spend. نفي بتاعها no longer. Your mobile rang 3 times while you were having. He have money. Now he's a millionaire. He didn't used to have. ما كانش بيتعدي معاه فلوس. As soon as he came to my office. هنا حط باست سمبل مكان الباست perfect. I him a cup of coffee. I ordered him a cup of coffee. I returned home when mother lunch, so there was nothing ready for one to eat. Was preparing. كانت ماما لسه بتجهز الأكل. As soon as you arrived at school الجملة دي مشهورة قوي بنغلط فيها دايما 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 دايما. As soon as جه وراها باست سمبل مكان الباست بيرفكت ماليش فيه. كل الأحوال الحادثة رقم اتنين باست سمبل. يبقى the first lesson إيه؟ أيوه سامعك began صح كده. What did you do after؟ after مفيش فاعل وأحط الفعل ing after leaving. I football every day. Now I don't have the time. يعني أنا بتكلم عن عادة كنت بعملها زمان كنت بلعب كورة كل يوم دلوقتي ما عنديش وقت يبقى I used to play. My computer for 3 years before anything went wrong with it. طيب before واضحة وصريحة. I had past perfect. What? When I called you, you sounded very busy. حدث قطع حدث. What are you doing? My last novel. 6 times until I was happy with it. My last novel. أكيد was changed. تم تغييرها أكتر من مرة. حسين بص سيمبل عادي جدا. مع until يجوز. He to the club every day when he was in holiday. بتكلم في الماضي. He went. As soon as I saw him I realized. دول تلات أحداث ركز. So realized. الحدث الأول ماضي تام يبقى had seen him. When I sprayed the plants with the pesticide all of the insects. الجملة دي مهمة جدا جدا جدا. لما رشيت النبات بالمبيد الحشري كل الحشرات ماتت في نفس التوقيت صح؟ ولا قبلها؟ أيوة were killed قتلت في نفس اللحظة. هتقولي had been killed. had been killed يعني ماتوا الأول قبل ما أرش إزاي؟ We painted our flat last week. يبقى الكلام كله على حدث في الماضي. It painted since 15 years ago. hadn't been ولا hasn't been؟ hadn't been عشان الجملة ماضي. الحدث كله كان حاجة ما كانتش اتدهن بقالها 15 سنة. My uncle used to be wealthy. He had a lot of land and money. used to يعني بتكلم في الماضي يبقى he had. Here is the sandwich you have ordered. It delivered while you were upstairs. It was delivered. He thinks and paying cash now he has a credit card. يبقى he used to buy. While I was writing a story, I of the next one. كنت بكتب وأفكر في نفس التوقيت. What thinking برافو. مستر think ما بتاخدش ing لا بتاخد ing لما معناه يفكر فيه. ما تاخدش ing بمعنى يؤمن بيه. مفيش حاجة اسمها I'm thinking of God. I think of God. مؤمن بالله. When she suggested the idea, I had tried using the computer. لما اقترحت عليا كنت أنا أصلا جربت نستخدم الكمبيوتر. This means I tried before. أيوة برافو عليك. افهم هترتاح. بالراحة هترتاح. Yesterday my sister gave me a book. She, reading the day before, had finished reading. At 6 o'clock yesterday evening. ده الراجل بيحلف لي اهو. امبارح الساعة 6 يعني past continuous صريح. I was doing my homework. I visited the high dam last year. زرت السد العالي. Before that اللي هي بتساوي after. أيوة برافو عليك. Before that بتساوي after. Before that I had visited Alex. He at least one book a week. But now he doesn't read so many. He used to read. طبعا بقى نقف شوية عند كلمة distinguished students. هتلاقي عندك exercise لازم نصححه لايف كده مع بعض في الحصة عشان في تخبيط كتير قوي. ده كل الأفكار اللي فاتت دي لا شيء بالنسبة للأفكار اللي موجودة هنا. ده محتاج تفكير لازم نحله مع بعض لايف. فحضرتك كده هتحله وهنتناقش فيه في الحصة بالتفصيل. تعالى بقى نحل كده السامبل اكزام اللي على يونت 1. When I got home I found بسمة crying. Her brother had broken كان كسر لها خلاص. Are you on coming fishing with us tomorrow? Yes please I'd like to. Are you insistent؟ أنت مصمم. The other team played very well. This unexpectedly. Confused. Why didn't you come to work yesterday؟ اللي ما جابكش تشتغل معانا امبارح. My brother at the airport. I was meeting. نفس توقيت الشغل كنت بقابل أخوي. عشان كده بس continuous. Adil is not happy. His job. He is not paid well. Happy with ولا happy with his job. With his house in 2000s. In the السنة built. Us and spend a nice time with my family. He used to visit. spend اللي قبلها زي اللي بعدها. مينفعش أقول he usually visited. لو قلت he usually visited أقول he usually visited us and spent with T مش بالدي. To avoid the two teams wore different colors. To avoid confusion تجنبا لحدوث اضطراب. A 20 line takes time to learn by heart. Poem قصيدة 20 سطر هتاخد وقت عشان أحفظها عن ظهر قلب. Nada didn't go to bed until she a film on TV. Until بيجراها past perfect يبقى had watched. My brother he lost his right arm in a terrorist attack 5 years ago. Is disabled. It wasn't until the arrival of our teacher that fighting it wasn't until بيجراها past perfect وبعدين past simple. طب أنا غيرت ال past perfect بnoun يبقى ال past simple هيبقى ثابت. برافو عليك. stopped. My friend Mazen has that success comes by luck. A belief عنده اعتقاد كده إن النجاح بيجي بالحظ which is not true. When I went to the cash desk to pay for the goods I discovered that my wallet دي التلات أحداث يبقى had been stolen سرقت. Someone who has a fixed likes doing things at fixed time routine. Ali to America in 2015 went as I am concerned as far as when he was young he swimming every day usually went مفيش usually went يبقى used to go. God it's a very dress I wouldn't be seen dead in it. ده expression I wouldn't be seen dead in it يعني أنا استحالة ألبس مثل هذا الشيء. طيب يبقى معنى كده oh God it's a very أكيد قديم أوي old fashioned. My uncle to work as a police officer before he retired 10 years ago. Before قبلها past perfect يبقى had used to. A is part of the culture of people in a particular society. A custom. As soon as the camera I ordered online arrived, some photographs with it. أكيد I took. هتقولي had taken. هديك يعني خدت صور من قبل ما هي توصل اللي هو ازاي. Hakk's writing is still important today because he created a new of writing, new style. He is a very clever and experienced politician. He is rapidly himself as the future leader of the party, establishing himself as بيثبت أقدامه. Haqqi died in 1992, but of as the father of modern short story in Egypt. He is still thought of ما زلنا نعتقد أنه I have received the photo as an email attachment. Mona was listening to music while she was studying. حاسين في نفس اللحظة. He is a man of ركز في الجملة دي height. He is neither tall nor short. Medium height. Yesterday, I for a school exam when all the lights went out was revising. Last week I heard an invitation to my wedding but she didn't come. Sent to her. كده يبقى يونت 1 الحاجات المهمة فيه الهوم ورك بتاعه انتهى. ومعنى كده إن حضرتك كده متهيألي أخطائك تحددها ونتناقش فيها لو أنت عايز مرة واتنين وتلاتة وأربعة. متفوتش حاجة بدون ما نتناقش فيها. طيب نفتح كده يونت 2. Mistaken is any teacher who his or her students spoils deficit. You should give yourself goals and how to achieve them. Plan. I fear that giving your son too much money will spoil him. هيفسده. Our manager is a respectable person. شخصية تدعو للاحترام. I have the of being his secretary. I have the honor of. This is the building of football in France. See how fantastic it is. Association. اتحاد. Go straight and turn right. The of education is opposite the bank. أكيد ministry. You should never tell lies so that people don't lose in you. Confidence. ثقة. He doesn't make his decision himself. His wife has an on him. An influence on. The best thing to do with a naughty child is to be with him or her strict with. حفظ الكلمات مفتاح مهم أوي في حل الفوكاب. When students argue for or against something, the teacher shouldn't silence them. برافو. The prize the writer won in 2010 was very, it made him famous worldwide. Influential. He is known to be a person he really loves. Serious person. Tests measure your mental abilities. يا ترى بقى إيه؟ اختبارات الذكاء مش الاختبارات الذكية. يبقى intelligence. اسم مركب يعني. There is a lot of for this dress. Lots of women want to buy. Demand. I ran 10 kilometers yesterday and now my legs ache. رجلي بتوجعني. My brother is a university professor. He in chemistry. He lectures يلقي محاضرات في مجال الكيمياء. If you like the theater, take part in the activity at your school. Cultural. There are different ways in which parents can their children so that they are good citizens. Discipline. يهذب. طيب تعال نكمل مع بعض. Why don't you make a study plan? It will help you manage your time. Aya is very women, so I often depend on her to run the company for me. Responsible. It wasn't until I had reached the age of 50 that I realized the of doing sports importance. Ali's grandfather was a doctor and later worked for the of health ministry. Clever doctors can make a in people's life difference. After the exam, the students stood in around their teacher. They all wanted to know the right answer. In a semicircle. برافو عليكم. Ala, you spent a long time on the phone with Azza. What were you about chatting? You are always that boy. As a result, he behaves very badly. Spoiling. He can't be, he must be joking. He can't be serious. Not everyone that studies becomes a diplomat. Political science. مش كل بيدرس علوم سياسية بيبقى سفير. The teacher to know why the students were all late. Demanded أو demands. In our district في المنطقة بتاعتنا is a that helps people with kidney disease. آه أكيد association. إيه يا مستر ده؟ hospitality يا ابني hospitality معناها كرم ضيافة. في association جمعية، ما احنا ما ننساش إن الكلمة متعددة المعاني. What shape is a week old moon؟ a week إيه بقى؟ semi circle برافو عليك يبقى شكل هلال. I'll travel a long distance to visit one of my old friends, but I find it worthwhile. أمر يستحق. Phone me after school and we can have a chat. I have a very teacher. If he wants something to be done, it must be done. Responsible. So many are there of the earth. The deeper you dig, the more of them you find. Layers. If I see a drone somewhere, I normally want to complete it. If I see a semicircle, the headmaster always asks the teachers to the students in a gentle way. Discipline. Let's play a game in the between lessons. أكيد break. The man is telling lies, sir. You just let me him face him. أواجهه. I have in my pack and I can hardly walk. I have ache. ألم. The room looked sad with air of dust covering the floor and furniture. Layer. طبقة. How do you think the world will be like in يا ترى بقى in 2050 ولا 20s ولا 2015 ولا 50s؟ تعالى كده بقى نفكر. ها تاني كده الجملة. How do you think the world will be like in هنقرا سنين مركبة يبقى لازم نقول 2050 سنة 2050. استحالة تبقى 2015 ونستخدم will. Can you please tell me who has you to change your mind? Influence it. Who is for the company if the manager is absent? Responsible. Walid is that he will win the race even though he is not the best. Confident. واثق. You need a lot of to be good at chess. Intelligence. ذكاء. Uh, the customs and traditions of a country are part of its culture. ثقافتهم. What is the meaning between where and here? Difference. So kind is my teacher of English. He is so and gentle, fatherly. Whatever you feel appears in your face ولا behavior. ها فكر كده. Whatever you feel شيل اسئلة طبعا. Whatever you feel appears on your feel يعني تشعر. الشعور بيبان طبعا على وش حضرتك لكن reflects on ينعكس على البيهيفير بتاعك. تعالى بقى نبص على الجرامر. حاولة is looking بيه الجملة present في كل الأحوال فوز وهتبين مش معايا. She for long has been. عشان for هنا present perfect. Eat a little. That's why the street is wet. الشارع مبلول. اه فهي لسه مخلصة مطر. It has rained. مطرت منذ فترة قصيرة. He to become a pilot ever since he was 10 years old. Ever since زي since يبقى he has wanted. She to Aswan last week. Last week صريحة went بس simple. This bread is fresh. Rana. It. Rana has just put لسه شارية. Just known him when he asked my hand in marriage. When he asked the قاعدة when في الماضي ومفروض فيه هنا I had just known him عشان الجملة ماضي. To Luxor since last year. I haven't gone عشان since ولا I haven't been. طب تعال نفكر كده فيها. أنا ما رحتش ورجعت من الأقصر منذ عام. I haven't been to Luxor. Ali is not at home. I think he to the club. جملة present يبقى has gone. Mention a place that you have never. بص كده على مكان عمرك to but you would like to go there. Been to. عمرك ما رحت هذا المكان ورجعت منه. You have never been to. لم يسبق لك أن زرت هذا المكان. نفكر في اللي جاي كده مع بعض. He has done nothing useful since he. Since وراء بس simple دايما يبقى since he came. Since when. Since when ill has your father been. Since when يبقى معاه present perfect. I haven't met him but perhaps we'll meet tomorrow. I haven't جملة negative yet واضحة خالص. It is 3 days since he last دايما since وراء past simple he last phoned. This is my own bike. I eat for 5 years now. I have had. This is the most interesting book I have ever read. The last time he and I met was in ماضي بسيط صريح. Oh no, my passport. What should I do now? Have lost. ضيعت الباسبور. علاء to the cinema. Let's ask him which film he has seen. Has seen الجملة present. يبقى has been to عشان احنا هنسأله مع كده هو رجع. أحمد his leg so he can't play football today. Has hurt our رجله. He wrote stories for 5 years. الجملة ماضي. كان بيكتب لمدة 5 سنين. This means he stories now. Now يبقى doesn't write. When I was 11 أو 7 sorry I a poem which won a prize. I wrote بتكلم في حدث في الماضي. Has she a car? Has she ever عشان ever اللي بتيجي في السؤال. Since he started writing 20 years بدأ بسنس past simple. 7 of his novels have been made into. I can't find my wallet. Oh dear. Has it been stolen عشان الجملة هنا passive. Has it been stolen? Has he won the gold medal? I really can't believe he has done it. السؤال التعجبي. أيوة برافو already فاكرينها دي اتكلمنا فيها 100 مرة. The tram shall we wait for the next one. The tram نقعد بعد the tram. The tram has already left. مشي خلاص. When I came to the farm, his work. He was asleep under a tree. الجملة الماضية كلها had already finished. I have seen that man before. What is he like? I have never عشان مش عارف شكله ايه. My father Cairo for a week. He says he's coming tomorrow. My father has gone too. He started a small business a month ago. He busy since then. من ساعتها وهو مشغول. Has been. The match started. المباراة بدأت. 6 o'clock. How much time has passed so far? The match started at 6 o'clock. حدث في الماضي. Their flat is looking bright and beautiful because they have painted it. لسه دهنينها. حدث present يعني مش past. They have painted it. Their flat is looking bright and beautiful because it was looking ده ماضي. يعني كانوا دهنينها من قبل بقى يبقى had painted. جملتين مهمين أوي. He has been abroad years. He contacts us now and then. For years بقاله سنين. The wind has been used to sail ships for many centuries. My uncle has had diabetes. عمي عنده سكر. Since his childhood عشان ده noun. Since جراها noun. 1995 one of his most famous stories was made into. Uh, he has eaten nothing. He started to work this morning. Since your car looks beautiful. For how long have you had it? We have never. My grandfather's farm. How about going there tomorrow? We have never been to. Since they started to build this road a month ago, very little has been achieved. عشان قاعدة since بس simple present perfect بس هو بادئ بيها. So he has gone to Carol. How long ago? How long ago واضحة بس simple did he leave? I haven't seen Wa'il. He hasn't come to the club for long. I haven't seen Wa'il lately. شفتش وائل في الفترة الأخيرة. He moved to live in Cairo a week ago. He in the countryside for 30 years. خلي بالك من الجملة دي فور هتخدعك. فور هتخدعك. كان عايش بقاله 30 سنة. كان عايش بقاله 30 سنة يعني lived الحدث وقع وانتهى وخلص. فور بتيجي مع الباست سيمبل قعد يعمل الحاجة دي لمدة 30 سنة وبعد كده غير. So you have been to Paris. When there كنت ورجعت. يبقى when did you go there؟ رحت هناك امتى؟ طبعا برضو distinguished students لازم تتناقش الأفكار بتاعتها face to face. تعال نبص على السامبل exam. Be a little please. That's no laughing matter. Serious. خليك جد شوية الله يبارك لك. Our football team are playing with a lot of. I think they are going to win. A lot of confidence. In 1969 man landed on the moon. Since then ومن ساعتها so many satellites have been sent. واقعد بقى شوية مع حضرتك. من الأفكار اللي احنا هندوس عليها since then. Since then عكس since. Since then عكس since. Since then عكس since. يعني قبلها بس simple بعدها present perfect. يبقى عكس since في بناء الجملة. If you go to America or Europe, one day you will realize the of learning foreign languages. Importance. I am a teacher for 20 years now. Mine is the best job in the world. I have been عشان لسه شغال for 20 years now. Shakespeare plays have been very verb to be ها يبقى influential. أيوة ما تفكرش في حاجة تانية. Many writers have used his stories. Having a class under the trees, the students sit in a semicircle around. Sit around يبقى semicircle على طول. This bread is hot. It has just been baked. The tourist went on a tour in Egypt, visiting all the ancient sites. Cultural tour. In fact, the teacher is like societies. A good teacher builds a good citizen. Engineer. It's 2 weeks since we last met. It's my history teacher. My decision to become a teacher to influence it أثر عليا. How many stories? So far, 3. Have you read? عشان so far واضحة خالص أهي. He hasn't contacted me since we got قبلها present perfect وبعدها past simple since he moved. Mona's uncle is an expert on science and often at the University of Cairo. Lectures. بيلقي محاضرات فيه. Lectures. Tamer a lot of health problems since he started living in the polluted city. من غير ما نبص has had which of your teeth? This one I can't bear the pain. Aches. I have been here for an hour. بقالي ساعة هنا. In 1968, Mr. Yusuf set up an association جمعية أو اتحاد ثقافي. Here is your son, madam. Ask him where he has been. كان فين. Students we shouldn't let them talk and express their opinion. Shouldn't be silenced. She has been ill since yesterday. منذ أمس. Hussam I just left the cafe. He here since 6 o'clock a.m. He has been. The tourist sat by the pool and the sun faced the sun. He has been very busy since he بجرابة simple began. I have revised the Arabic, but I haven't revised the English yet. Bilal is not here. He to the dentist's has gone. راح ولسه مرجعش. We to go to France for the holiday next year. We plan. My uncle has lived abroad for 5 years. فترة زمنية. I have tried Chinese food but it is said to be delicious. I have never. بالتالي وجبة دسمة ومهمة أوي Unit 1 و 2. كده حضرتك تقريبا لامم كل الأفكار. لو قدرت تحل كل الكلام ده بشكل جيد صح يبقى أنت تقريبا مالك زمام الأمور في Unit 1 و 2 بإذن الله. Good luck يا شباب.